Hey guys, welcome here. Hope you're having a great day. You know, I hear men say all the time, I'm too old for this, I'm too old to do that, the ship's passed on that, or 100 other excuses that they use. But honestly, I refuse to believe that. Stopped believing that about 10 years ago. Um, you know, so what age do we start slowing down and why? But why do so many men just accept it without a fight? Oh, yeah, I'm 50. I'm 50. I got to sit in a recliner. I might get hurt if I get up and do anything, or I just can't do anything. I don't feel like it. So today I'm going to share how I stopped letting age define what I can and can't do. And you can do this too. Maybe you're already doing it. If you are, great. I appreciate you giving the video a like. And let's get into it. Most men over 50, they don't slow down because their body gives out. They slow down because their mind gives in to what society tells us. And especially if you're on YouTube, that's negative. That's the most negative place in the world. Other than YouTube where you watch videos, I should say if you're on social media, it's the most negative place in the world. I pretty much quit Facebook, reading anything other than Facebook, other than what I put up the last year. It's terrible. But anyway, your mind slows you down way before your body slows down. That mind your mind will mess with you. And of course, society tells us when we hit 50, it's over. And a lot of people think, well, I got a grandkid at 48, it's over for me, But society tells you, you hit 50, you're old. It's over for you. You might as well quit. And a lot of people do. My story was January will be 10 years, since I lost 35 pounds and I made a decision and quit listening to that crap. And I made a decision that I was going to come back. I was going to get back in shape after being in shape all my life and a couple years of just letting myself go. I said, oh no, I'm fixing this crap. I looked in the mirror. I suggest you do that. Get out of the shower and take a good look at yourself in a full-length mirror, or at least down to your waist. And that did it for me. I made a decision. I'm tired of this crap. And I changed my habits. But most of my friends that I have, they gave in. I was with one this weekend. 2 days we were talking. He called me like Friday and said, what are you doing? Walking in the rain like an idiot? I'm like, I already walk. It's not raining. But yes, I walk in the rain and I don't know why you don't. What can I say? But I had the mindset change and I did things both mentally and physically. I started walking every day, strength training 4 or 5 days a week, overhaul my terrible, terrible eating habits. And guys, that may be the key to the whole thing. I know we got to move, and you need to get some movement every day, but it's something about overhauling terrible eating habits. You start to see changes. If you're doing something, if you're not doing anything, you might just lose a few pounds, but you'll start seeing changes. I started working on sleep and recovery. Up until then, I bought into this thing where everybody tells you to set your alarm at 5 a.m. and get up. I was setting my alarm at 5 a.m. after I retired from the military and stuff, getting up, and I'm like, I ain't got nothing to do. What am I doing at 5 a.m.? So I would get on the internet and play around like I was doing something, and I'm basically just reading stuff. I'd get up and read a book. That was good. Don't nobody have to wake up at 5 a.m. to get stuff done. You don't have to do that. Unless you got a job you got to get to early or something. You need that rest. That rest and recovery is more important. People don't realize how important the rest and recovery is. The things that I did aren't easy. But I'm living a whole lot better now, I can tell you that. I got all the negativity out, and I improved on that in the last year or so even more when I got rid of social media. I used to be on Facebook. I had 2 or 3 groups on Facebook, and I was on Facebook just posting and posting and posting. And people, and people say anything on Facebook. I had a guy tell me, why don't you quit posting this crap? All I want to do is sit on my back porch and look out at the woods till I die. Well, buddy, why are you even telling me this? Why are you on my Facebook page? Why are you reading in my Facebook group about being fit? Why are you even, people are crazy. People just say anything, What you need is you need a starting point. If you truly don't know what to do, I got a ton of video. I got 15 videos or something up in a year. This month makes a year since I started my YouTube channel. That's crazy. I put up so many videos. Most people do one a week, maybe two, and here I was doing 5, 6 a week. I've slowed down. I only did 2 last week. I'm going to try to do 3 this week. But I got videos. They're in the description. Go down and look at them. Watch some of my videos. You don't have to kill yourself like people think. You can do it right at home. You can get started at home. Simple routines. No gym needed. Now, staying young is just not a physical thing. And when I say staying young, I'm talking about age. You're chronologically you're going to age, but you can get your body in a younger state by doing things that I talk about. I can't do much about your looks. People might say, they said it to me, you don't look like you in too good a shape. Your face looks like you're pretty old. I am pretty old, number-wise. You're right. Can't do anything about the face. But I will tell you, some things do happen. Your face gets thinner. Some of the wrinkles do they're not as bad as they used to be. I'm just saying. But anyway, the mental part is huge. The mental part is bigger than the physical, because without the mental, you're not going to start anything. And if you start, you're not going to stick with it if you don't make that correct decision. You need new challenges. You got to challenge yourself. I travel. Man, right now I'm planning my travel phase. I got all kind of things I'm doing in 2020. Well, actually the end of this year. Thanksgiving, Christmas, I'm trying to decide, am I going straight to Southeast Asia from my daughter's house in California after Christmas? I got a lot of things I'm trying to think about now. I'm constantly learning new things. I love to watch not only videos for enjoyment. I love to watch videos about people hiking in the mountains and different trails around the world. But I do educational videos to learn things. The more you move, the better off your body's going to be. I love hiking. Maybe if you like to hike, start hiking. If you've never tried it, try it out. Reading, you need to read. If you want to learn a new language now with the internet and the way AI is and stuff, I understand you can learn a whole lot faster. And I was trying to learn Spanish, 6, 7 years ago. I wasn't very successful. I learned a few words, but I'm thinking about trying that again. Taking the right supplements. A friend of mine made a comment last week. She said, but you take so many supplements. I said, no, I don't take, but I was thinking about what I put in my coffee. I said, I don't take but a couple supplements, 3 or 4 things I take. But now, if you count vitamins as a supplement, I really don't count vitamins or protein powder as a supplement, because our body makes those things and needs those things. As a matter of fact, even creatine, your body makes creatine, and I'm going to do a video on creatine. Man, you need to learn about it. But yeah, I don't. So I looked yesterday, and I had a talk with AI about what's the best time of me today to take different supplements I take and stuff. Although I only take a few, and it said, hey, and your coffee is great. That's the way to do it. But it told me other things like the vitamins and stuff. Go ahead and take these in the mornings, and it told me to take 2 things in the afternoon. I'd been taking one of them in the morning. Maybe that's why my stomach was upset. I'd been taking zinc in the morning, magnesium in the afternoon. It said take them both together. We'll see what happens. Maybe you need to try some new exercises. If what you're doing is not working, try something new. I switch things up all the time. I have added the kettlebell carries and suitcase where you just carry 1 or you carry 2 as a carry. I've added that to my workouts. I did some this morning. Do them every day. So your statistical age or your chronological age does not define you, guys, unless you let it. If you let it define you, if you buy into the society's crap that you're old when you're 50, you know, and nothing I can do for you, but urge you to do a little something, and maybe you'll start seeing it differently. So you can either live by a number, your age, or you can live by how you feel. Now I know some of you are going to say, oh, I feel terrible, blah blah. I don't have no energy. I don't have no get up and go. That's the biggest thing with men over 50 that I hear is I don't have any energy. Well, guess what? When I talk to them, they're not doing anything. It's amazing, but moving helps with your energy. They think I don't have any energy. I just need to get in that recliner and sleep. No, you're doing the wrong thing. I mean, there's a time to sleep in a recliner, but you need to be moving. Show up. Show up for you. Show up for your family, your grandkids, all of this stuff. You know, if you're ready to take back control of your life and age on your terms, hit the subscribe button. Start with one change today. Ask me any question. If you ask me a question, I'll answer it. I'm still at a stage where I don't have that many followers. If you ask me a question, I got over 1,000, but if you ask me a question, I'm going to answer your question. It might take me a couple days to get back to you, and if you ask something stupid, really stupid, you get deleted. And I don't mean a stupid question, but something that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. But I'll help you. You know, I used to help people with weight loss. I was a fitness coach. I've helped people with fitness for years. I'm not a doctor. So don't take my whatever I tell you as a doctor's knowledge. Go talk to your doctor before you do anything. I'll help you get started the right way. You know, what I'm going to say, I got a newsletter that's going to be coming out. It's going to be really, I'm excited about it. You'll hear about that coming up soon. It's free. But I'll help you get back in shape and help you age well. This is Mike. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give the video a like and subscribe to it and get started. Get an early start on January 2026. Get started right now. Talk later.